lot of salt on that side. I love how it looks and sound, by the way. The bike sounds really, really good with just the DBK clear clutch cover. In weather like this, your best friend is basically the rear brake. This bike will make you fall in love with motorcycling all over again. What's good? Mike's in the building. Welcome to another video. It is 2025, middle of winter, and I'm out and about on one of my favorite motorcycles, the Ducati Hypermotard 698 Mono RVE. I'm really curious to see where this goes. Woo! This bike will make you fall in love with motorcycling all over again for no reason, just because, really. And the best thing is a skill-based bike, or improvement skill-based bike. Change your perspective of where you are in terms of riding. I'm gonna see if I can find that spot. If you guys enjoy these videos, man, you enjoy what I do on my channel, and you watch, you're one of the people that you watch, you definitely like the stuff, you don't engage with it. I'm not asking for much, dude. Just hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, drop an emoji. Doesn't cost anything. A lot of salt on that side. And you can clutch up here as much as you like. Wow, this is definitely a really good practice spot. It's pretty empty, not much is happening over here. That's a really good spot. It's plenty open. Nothing's out here, man. Nothing. Whew. Oh, man. I'm out and about on one of my favorite motorcycles, the Ducati Hypermotard 698 Mono RVE. This thing is a beaut, Clark. It's a beaut, Clark. Here she is. She looks incredible. SC Project S1 titanium exhaust on there. Looks like I might have to start tightening the chain a little bit. We have V4R grips, Evotech Performance brake and clutch levers, radiator guard, Rizoma, clutch and brake reservoirs, DBK clear clutch cover. Some people say oil bath. We have Sprint P08 air filter on there, Evotech Performance fork sliders, Evotech Performance swing arm sliders, and spools. NRC tail tidy in the rear. What else do I've got? I've got quite a bit more. I just can't think of everything. We have some small DBK special part pieces on the bike, but I have been running to some small issues. I don't know if I would say they're pretty big, but figured we'll jump on the bike and talk about it while we ride. I'm probably gonna go wash the bike. All right, it started. The bike tends to struggle to start, guys, when it's really, really cold or it's been sitting for a long time. Let me show you that clear clutch cover while the bike is warming up anyway. I love how it looks and sound, by the way. The bike sounds really, really good with just the DBK clear clutch cover, because all of the sound dampening pieces that was on the inside of the bike, they're all gone. You had something here that was dampening the sound here as well, at the bottom as well. So all that's gone. So now you kind of hear that more like really, really cool. It sounds good, and the bike runs nicely. I want to kind of get it up to temp because, you know, maybe we could crack a wheelie or two for you guys. Go up and down here. It tends to stall when it's like, when it's cold. I love how choppy it is, by the way. Temperature is still on low. In weather like this, your best friend is basically the rear brake. You know, you don't want to jam on the front brake unless you're trying to do a stoppie or something like that. I want to give it a little juice only because bike is pretty cold. So some of the issues that I'm finding with this bike requires a little bit more maintenance, I think, than most people are anticipating, or at least are thinking about. It definitely requires a little bit more effort because this bike, since this is a thumper, it rattles a lot, all right? Where that's going to come into play, I'm very close here, almost kissed that car, because I wanted to. This bike requires a little bit more work than expected. The bike rattles so much that it definitely requires a little bit of review every single couple of months and just going through all the bolts, make sure everything is good. And I'm not the only person that's encountering this, to be honest. I'm seeing a couple of people that are talking about it, and it's part of the conversation. And I figured I'd check my bolts to see how things are doing. For example, on the heat shield, on the radiator bolt that's holding the radiator guard, was a little bit loose in my opinion. And I've even seen some videos of people having handlebars that are kind of loosey-goosey. So this is not to say that the bike is bad or anything like that. This is the first iteration of the bike. So I'm guessing that these are some of the things that's going to be looked at a little closer as Ducati kind of produce more versions of it. Oh. So this is not to kind of scare people off or thank you. You know? There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this is not to say that the bike is bad, but it does require a little bit. You got to be careful here because people let others in all the time. So just so you're ready, it's not to say that the bike is bad. First iteration, I'm sure there's little hiccups and stuff, little things that little quirks and stuff. So that just means for somebody like me, that's on the 698 Mono RVE. I'm gonna be a little bit more mindful. And keep an eye out on all the bolts and check torque specs every now and then. Basically, when you're doing oil change kind of thing,